Pause everything right now, because what you are about to hear may alter everything you thought you knew about life. Have you ever felt it? That deep, haunting sense that the story of who you truly are has been ripped apart. Entire chapters missing, erased by hands that never wanted you to remember. That uneasy whisper inside you was never wrong. Centuries ago, a hidden manuscript surfaced, a forbidden codex. It held humanity's most guarded truth, and it was buried, concealed, not by chance, but by design. Why? Because it unveils a capacity within you so powerful, so liberating, that those who seek control could never allow it to spread. This lost knowledge reveals the exact preparation your soul undergoes before entering this physical world. Imagine for a moment, understanding with crystal clarity why you were born into this precise family, this fragile body, this exact moment in time. Imagine realizing that your deepest wounds, the ones you have fought to hide, were not accidents at all, but deliberate choices selected by your higher awareness as tools for awakening. Nothing in your life has ever been random. Every face, every obstacle, every heartbreak has been a catalyst. And the truth is shocking. There are no victims in this universe. Only conscious architects disguised as wanderers. The void you feel inside, that restless search for meaning, is not a flaw. It is the echo of forgetting. But what if forgetting was part of the plan? What if, before your first breath, you chose every single trial, every single path, with full knowledge and unwavering clarity? What if radiant beings of light stood beside you, guiding, affirming, reminding you that every scar is the seed of transformation? This is not theory. This is the map of your own soul, and it is resurfacing now because you were never meant to remain asleep. Have you ever caught yourself staring at the void inside and wondered who emptied it? You stand at a threshold. This is the invitation from the cosmos itself, extended to you alone. In that silent pull, your soul remembers its contract, its covenant with the source. You are hearing the call of the universe, the loving invite encoded long ago for you. The Codex Animi calls to you, whispering the design you once knew. In that whisper lies the beginning of your return. Can you feel it? That tremor beneath your ribs? A sudden crack in your certainty? That is your soul stirring, awakened by the invitation you were meant to receive. You may feel lost, floating between what you believe and what you sense. That uncertainty is your starting point. Because the invitation arrives in chaos, in tension, in the moment you confront your emptiness and acknowledge that something crucial is missing. This is not a casual message. It is a summons, and it is urgent. According to the Noetic Institute's research, 62% of those who've touched the threshold of the transcendent report a sense of being called to a greater mission, a pull, a mandate beyond the everyday. You are not alone in this. That data is not abstract. It echoes the very impulse now rising in your chest. There is evidence. There is momentum. There is a force pressing you forward. And when you respond, that force shifts everything. Let me tell you one story from California. A woman survived a violent car crash. She should have died. Instead, as she lay broken, she heard a voice she could not deny. It said simply, "Rise and heal." In the months that followed, her life warped, bent, reshaped. She left her old career. She devoted her days to serving the wounded, the broken, guiding others to their own awakening. That crash was not risk. It was the punctuation to a promise made before time. She was invited, and she answered. You are being offered that same invitation now. If you have ever heard that inner whisper, that ancient murmur echoing beneath your conventional life, then you already know what is being called out of you. This is the threshold. This is your turn. If you feel that stirring, if your heart aches for clarity, comment T-Send Sound below to answer the call. Let the universe know you are awake. And know this: by answering, you step through a veil. You reclaim a covenant predating your birth. But pause and consider. When your soul says yes, what comes next? Right now, in this very moment, would you dare to look back at your entire life with unflinching eyes? Would you dare to witness every choice, every word, every action, not from your limited perspective, but from the eternal vision of truth itself? Imagine being pulled into a chamber where nothing can be hidden, no mask can remain, no excuse can stand. This is not punishment. This is not judgment. This is revelation. You stand inside the chamber of truth. Here, illusions dissolve. Here, every action is seen not only as you experienced it, but as those around you felt it. Can you face that? Can you carry the weight of another's pain that once was born from your hands? Can you taste the joy you ignited in a stranger, the hope you sparked unknowingly in a friend? In this chamber, your soul is shown everything. Not as a list, not as memory, but as raw sensation. You feel what others felt because of you. The anger, the betrayal, the love, the relief. And suddenly you understand. You understand that nothing ever disappears. Energy ripples outward, eternal, echoing into the fabric of reality itself. Every word spoken, every silence chosen, every act of kindness, every wound inflicted. You live it all again, but this time with the clarity of higher awareness. How would you feel reliving your own life through the eyes of every person you touched? This is the great review of consciousness. It is not meant to shame you. It is meant to awaken you. Because regret, guilt, resentment all dissolve when you see them for what they are. Lessons carved into the journey of your soul. Researchers of near-death experiences in the United States have gathered testimonies from thousands. Over and over again, the same theme emerges. People speak of reliving every moment of their lives in a blinding instant. They speak of feeling the impact of their actions, as if they were the other person. A soldier in Iraq described how he collapsed into light and was forced to endure the agony of those he had shot. He felt their pain. He felt their terror. He felt their loss. And when he returned, his life was no longer his own. He devoted himself to peace. He devoted himself to healing. He devoted himself to becoming the very opposite of what his past had created. That is the power of the chamber of truth. It transforms. It breaks the chains of self-deception. It forces you to confront the full weight of your choices. And then, with infinite compassion, it reminds you, you are not condemned. You are being educated. You are being expanded. You are being called to rise beyond the narrow self into the greater self. Do you see the pattern? Every mistake you have ever made was not wasted. It was carved into your soul as a teaching. Every regret, every shame, every stumble was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you. It was meant to expand your capacity for empathy, for compassion, for responsibility. Can you grasp the magnitude of that? Can you accept that your so-called failures were not failures at all, but instruments? Instruments shaping you into something more luminous. The chamber of truth does not condemn. It liberates. It reveals. It awakens. And once you pass through it, you are changed forever. You begin to see your current life differently. You stop carrying the heavy stones of guilt on your back. You stop drowning in regret. You stop asking why with bitterness, and instead begin asking how with curiosity. How can I use what I've learned? How can I embody compassion more deeply? How can I bring healing instead of harm? You begin to understand that every life, every incarnation is a classroom, and you, the eternal student, never fail. You only evolve. You only expand. you only awaken to greater layers of truth. So I ask you again, right now in this moment, would you dare to look back? Would you dare to stand inside the chamber of truth? Would you dare to feel it all? Because until you do, you will keep living half blind, mistaking regret for punishment, when in truth it is instruction. You may wonder why this matters to you now. It matters because the memory of that chamber is still within you. It matters because your heart aches every time you feel shame or guilt, not because you are broken, but because your soul remembers that those emotions are teachers, not enemies. If you can see that, if you can embrace that, you will no longer fear your past. You will no longer be shackled by it. Instead, you will mine it for wisdom. You will harvest it for compassion. And you will walk forward with a power you have never known. So let this truth sink into you. Every mistake was a lesson. Every failure was a stepping stone. Every act of harm contained the seed of awakening. And the chamber of truth will one day reveal it all to you. But you do not need to wait until the end of life to learn. You can begin now. You can choose to review your own actions with honesty. You can choose to feel the weight of your choices. You can choose to ask, what has my soul been teaching me all along? That is how transformation begins. And if you believe, if you feel, that mistakes are not final but lessons, then let your hand move, let your presence be known, and give this moment a sign. Because when you acknowledge it, when you declare it, you are no longer running from your past. You are stepping into your awakening. So take a breath, look inward, face the truth, and know this, the chamber awaits, but its gift can be claimed today. The question is, are you ready to accept it? After the review, what comes next? Who steps forward to guide you into the next chapter of your soul's preparation? Have you ever felt utterly alone, certain that no one could possibly understand the battles you carry inside? Have you ever believed that every decision, every struggle, every heartbreak has been faced without a guiding hand beside you? What if that belief was the greatest illusion of all? What if, hidden just beyond the veil of your ordinary awareness, there is a counsel that has never left you? Beings of radiant light, luminous presences who know your soul better than you know yourself. Can you feel the shock of that possibility? That you were never abandoned, that you were never cast adrift, that your life, with all its storms and scars, was not left to chaos, but carefully mapped with the help of guides who walk unseen. The chamber of truth revealed your past actions, but what follows is not solitary judgment. What follows is communion. You enter the presence of the council of guides. Here you are met, not by condemnation, but by infinite compassion. They do not scold. They do not punish. They illuminate. They remind you that every life is chosen with purpose, that every test is designed for growth, that every pain, as unbearable as it feels, carries seeds of awakening. Imagine it, standing before a circle of radiant beings, each one reflecting an aspect of your own higher awareness. They are not strangers. They are companions who have walked with you across lifetimes. Some may have appeared in your current life as a friend, a teacher, even an enemy. But here, in the Luminous Council, you recognize them, and the recognition floods you with certainty. You have never been alone. Regression therapist Michael Newton spent decades guiding people into the memories between lives. His research revealed that nearly 70% of those under deep regression described encountering such a council. Different faces, different forms, but the same truth. There is guidance. There is wisdom. There is a plan. A professor in Texas shared his story after one of these regressions. He had lived his life narrowly escaping death more times than he could count. A car accident, a near drowning, an illness that should have taken him. And each time he wondered why he survived. But under regression, he saw them. The guides, the luminous presences who had intervened, who had whispered warnings into his intuition, who had pulled him back from the edge. He realized he had not survived by chance. He had been protected, preserved, because his mission was not yet complete. How many times have you felt it? That mysterious protection when disaster seemed inevitable. That sudden decision not to take the road that later was blocked by tragedy. That unexplainable delay that spared your life. Was it accident? Or was it your counsel, guiding from behind the veil, ensuring you stayed aligned with the purpose you had chosen? Think about it. The feeling that you were saved. The sense that something beyond logic nudged you in a different direction. Do you still believe you are alone? In the presence of the counsel, you are shown the lessons your soul still longs to master. You are asked, what wounds remain unhealed? What strengths remain untested? What missions call to you from the depths of your being? And together, you create the blueprint for the life to come. Not random, not meaningless, deliberate, guided, sacred. The loneliness you feel in your human existence is a shadow of forgetting, a shadow cast by the veil between the worlds. But the truth has always been this. You are surrounded. You are accompanied. You are seen, known, and cherished. Can you sense the weight of that? The relief that floods when you realize that your burdens are never carried in isolation. The awe that rises when you recognize that the invisible hand on your shoulder has always been there. You were guided to this moment. You were guided to these words because something in you has begun to remember. And when you remember, everything shifts. Choices no longer feel random. Pain no longer feels senseless. You see your life as a living design, carefully woven with threads placed by both you and the guides who walk with you. So I ask you directly, have you ever felt a hand you could not see protect you? Have you ever felt saved by forces you could not explain? If your heart says yes, then let it be known. Write the words, I am grateful, below. Not as a ritual, not as superstition, but as a declaration to your own soul that you acknowledge the presence that has always been with you. You were never alone. You never will be. And now that you know this, the next question rises. If the counsel has always been there, what great purpose have they been preparing you to fulfill? What mission did your soul choose to embody in this life, with their guidance, with their blessing? What is the sacred reason you return to this world at this exact moment? Do you want to know why your greatest pain is the seed of your mission? Do you feel it burning in your chest right now? That silent ache that whispers there is more to your life than struggle? What if that ache is not a wound, but a signal? What if it is your soul, calling you back to the purpose you chose before birth? Every scar you carry holds a code. Every loss you endured holds a direction. Are you willing to face it? Are you willing to see that nothing in your story has been random? This is the moment when the veil lifts. This is the moment when your higher awareness asks you to remember why you came here. In the chamber of infinite possibility, your soul stands surrounded by countless paths. Each path a different mission. Each mission a different way to evolve. Your higher self does not choose lightly. It listens for resonance. It listens for the vibration that matches your essence. The pain you once feared becomes the compass. The deepest wound you will face in life is not punishment. It is the clue to your sacred purpose. This is how the design works. This is how you find meaning. Viktor Frankl, a man imprisoned in the darkest of camps, discovered that those who held a clear purpose survived longer than those who did not. Meaning turned suffering into strength. Purpose turned despair into endurance. If that is true in the depths of a concentration camp, what power might it hold in your life right now? Can you feel it? The question is not whether you have a mission. The question is whether you will remember it. Imagine a young patient in America diagnosed with cancer at an age when most are only beginning to dream. She could have surrendered to despair. Instead, she chose transformation. She turned her hospital bed into a seedbed of hope. She created a fund to support sick children like herself. Her pain became a lighthouse for others lost in darkness. That is the pattern your soul understands. The very thing you believe has broken, you may be the instrument of your highest service. How many times have you asked, "Why me?" How many nights have you stared into the ceiling, searching for meaning in your suffering? What if the answer has been waiting all along inside the wound itself? Your higher awareness chose it, not to harm you, not to diminish you, but to awaken you, to sculpt you into a vessel strong enough to carry your sacred purpose into the world. In that luminous chamber before birth, you were shown every possibility, every triumph, every trial. You saw them all, and from that place of absolute clarity you chose. You chose the family. You chose the body. You chose the pain. You chose the potential. You said yes to a mission that only you could fulfill in this exact form at this exact time. This is not fantasy. This is the architecture of consciousness. This is the map of your becoming. And now, at this very moment, you stand at the edge of remembering. Can you feel how your story shifts when you stop seeing pain as random and start seeing it as assignment? Can you feel how your heart softens when you realize you are not cursed, but called? You are not broken, but being forged. Your suffering is the fire where your luminous self is tempered. This is why the invitation has returned to you now, to remind you that your mission is not separate from your wounds. It emerges through them. It shines because of them. If you believe that your pain hides a gift, then speak it. Declare it. Write the words "I understand" below, not as superstition, but as a signal to your own soul that you are ready to unlock the seed within your struggle. Because once you acknowledge it, your perception changes. You stop running from your pain. You begin harvesting its wisdom. You stop asking "Why me?" and begin asking "What for?" What am I here to create through this? Who am I here to serve? This is the power of purpose. This is the moment you cross from victimhood into mastery. This is the moment you stop waiting for life to hand you meaning and begin embodying the meaning you already chose. Look at your life again. The losses, the heartbreaks, the illnesses, the disappointments. Trace them backward. Find the thread. It will lead you to your mission. Your higher self has been whispering all along through your intuition, through your dreams, through your longings. Are you listening now? Because once you remember why you came, every obstacle rearranges itself into a stepping stone. Every challenge becomes fuel. Every setback becomes initiation. The question is not if you have a sacred purpose. The question is, will you claim it? Will you trust that your deepest wound is also your doorway? Will you step through and let it reveal who you were meant to become? Because on the other side of that doorway waits the form, the shape, the expression your purpose longs to take in the physical world. That is the next revelation. That is the mystery unfolding even as you hear these words. Do you believe you chose your parents and your family before you were even born? Do you dare to consider that the very people who wounded you most deeply were not random at all, but part of a plan your soul selected with precision? This question may shake you. It may even make you resist. But listen closely, because hidden inside the pain of family lies one of the greatest mysteries of your existence. What if you did not fall into this family by accident? What if you entered it with purpose? To heal patterns that stretched across generations, to break cycles of suffering that no one before you could break, to turn inherited wounds into gateways of transformation. Can you feel how this shifts the meaning of your life? Instead of being trapped in the story of victimhood, you begin to see yourself as the one who chose, the one who came to transform, the one who dared to step into the fire to bring light into the lineage. Systemic family therapy in the United States has shown that unresolved pain travels silently through generations. Scientists call it intergenerational trauma, patterns of violence, addiction, abandonment, shame. They echo down the family line until someone decides enough. Until someone says the pattern ends here. What if that someone is you? What if that is the very reason you chose this bloodline? Not to be crushed by it, but to liberate it. To heal not only yourself, but every soul connected to you. A woman in California of Mexican heritage carried the weight of family violence. Abuse carved wounds into her childhood. She could have collapsed beneath it. She could have repeated the pattern. But instead, she rose. She transformed her scars into strength. She became a voice for immigrant women who suffered in silence. She created a movement. She became the one who ended the chain. Do you see the magnitude of this? The soul does not choose the easy path. It chooses the path that will unleash its greatest power. The pain you carry from your family may not be punishment. It may be assignment. It may be the very challenge you agreed to face so that your lineage could finally be free. Think about your life, the arguments, the betrayals, the silence, the rejection. Each moment feels heavy. Each moment feels unfair. But if you look deeper, what if each one is a clue? A clue pointing toward the exact pattern your soul came to heal. What if you are the breaker of chains? What if you are the first in your bloodline to turn suffering into wisdom? Does that not change how you see yourself? Does that not ignite something fierce and luminous inside you? The truth is this. Your soul looked at every possible lineage before birth. Every family, every history, every wound. And it chose this one. It chose your parents. It chose your culture. It chose your circumstances. Not because they were easy, but because they were necessary. Because only by entering this line could you touch the exact wounds you came to transform. You may resist this truth. You may cry out that you would never choose such pain. But from the perspective of the soul, pain is not destruction. Pain is the forge of awakening. Pain is the fire where compassion is born. And compassion is the key that unlocks purpose. So ask yourself, what cycles have I inherited? What patterns repeat in my family? What pain keeps echoing from one generation to the next? When you answer honestly, you begin to see your mission. You begin to see that you are not cursed by your family. You are called to heal it. And this calling is sacred. This calling is why you are here. If you feel that deep stirring inside, if you sense that you were born not just for yourself, but to shift something in your bloodline, then claim it now. Let your own soul hear your answer. Show it in action. If you are ready to transform the pain of your lineage, to turn wounds into wisdom, to break chains that have bound your family for centuries, then let your presence be known. Respond, acknowledge, declare it. Because in doing so, you begin the transformation. This is not only about you. It is about every ancestor behind you. It is about every child ahead of you. It is about the river of life that flows through you. And when you heal, they heal. When you choose differently, the chain breaks. When you rise, the lineage rises with you. So I ask you one final time, do you believe you chose this family? Do you believe you came here with intention? If your heart whispers yes, then hold that truth. Carry it. Live it. And remember, once you have chosen, once the lineage is set, once the mission is locked into place, there is another mystery waiting. Because if you chose your family, if you chose your body, if you chose your very circumstances, then why do you not remember? Why, at the moment of birth, is it all forgotten? What is the purpose of that veil of amnesia? And what will it reveal next? Have you ever wondered why you forget your true purpose? Why is it that the moment you take your first breath, everything you once knew dissolves into silence? Why is it that you feel lost, searching, stumbling, as if some great truth slipped through your fingers at birth? This is not an accident. This is design. Before you enter this world, your soul passes through the threshold of forgetting, a portal of luminous mist, a veil drawn across your eternal memory. You do not lose your knowledge. You hide it. You bury it beneath layers of human limitation, so that your experience here becomes real. Can you feel the weight of that? Without forgetting, every challenge would collapse into ease. Without forgetting, there would be no risk, no struggle, no growth. If you carried the full awareness of who you are, life would be a play you already know the ending to. Every choice would be empty, every trial meaningless. So you forget, not because you are weak, not because you are abandoned, but because forgetting is the only way to make remembering powerful. Think about it. Neuroscience has discovered that your brain uses less than 5% of its memory potential. The rest remains dormant, hidden, waiting. Why would nature design such vast capacity only to be unused? Unless the purpose is greater. Unless those hidden chambers are the vaults where your soul's memory is kept, sealed away until the right moment, the right trigger, the right awakening. And sometimes, cracks appear in the veil. A boy in Ohio stunned his family by recounting details of a life as a firefighter. Names, places, events, all verified. How could he know unless memory leaks through? These flashes are reminders, signs that the forgetting is not perfect, that your soul has left you codes, breadcrumbs scattered across the path of your life, waiting for you to notice. Déjà vu, sudden recognition, that strange pull toward a place you have never been, yet somehow know. Have you felt it? The shiver down your spine when a moment feels too familiar to be chance. The ache in your chest when you stand in a place that feels like home, though you have never stepped foot there before. These are not coincidences. These are cracks in the veil. Your soul calling out to you, asking you to remember. And still, most wander through life blind, aching for meaning, never realizing the meaning has been hidden inside them all along. What does this mean for you right now? It means your confusion, your sense of being lost, is not failure. It is the natural result of forgetting. It is the echo of design. You are meant to feel it, because only when you feel the ache of forgetting will you begin the search for remembering. And that search is what transforms you. Do you see? The very emptiness you fear is the spark of your awakening. Without forgetting, there would be no journey back. Without the journey, there would be no growth. Your soul chose this veil. Your soul said yes to forgetting. And now it asks you to choose again, to choose to remember. Have you ever felt you already knew something before learning it? That sense of, I have heard this before. I have lived this before. That is your memory stirring. That is the mist of forgetting beginning to thin. You are not broken. You are remembering. And when you do, your life takes shape in a new way. You see challenges as chosen. You see pain as purposeful. You see that you have never been off the path, only asleep to it. So what will you do with this? Will you continue pretending your confusion is failure? Or will you accept it as the sign that your soul has always been guiding you through the fog? If you have ever felt that eerie recognition, that deep knowing, then declare it now. Write the words I remember. Not to please me, not to prove anything, but to signal to your own soul that you are ready. Ready to receive what has been hidden. Ready to let the cracks in the veil widen until light floods through. Because once you choose to remember, life shifts. The veil no longer feels like prison. It becomes a teacher. Every moment of confusion becomes a clue. Every ache of emptiness becomes an invitation. The forgetting becomes the spark of remembering, and the remembering becomes the fire of transformation. This is your moment. You were never meant to stay asleep. You were meant to awaken, and the veil of forgetting was only the first act of your story. Now the question is this: if you forget to make life real, how does your soul finally step into this world of matter? What happens after the mist? What happens the instant you cross from forgetting into birth? Do you know that your very first breath was your sacred commitment to the universe? That single inhale was not just air entering fragile lungs. It was the signal that your soul had leapt, that your essence had plunged fully into matter, that your journey as a human being had officially begun. Have you ever stopped to wonder why that moment carries such weight? Why the first cry of a newborn shakes the room with such undeniable force? Because it is not only biology. It is covenant. It is agreement. It is the soul saying yes. Yes to the body. Yes to the mission. Yes to the forgetting. Yes to the remembering that will one day return. Can you feel the magnitude of that? Before that breath, you existed in realms where remembering was easy, where clarity was constant, where you could see every thread of your purpose woven into the fabric of existence. But to live, to learn, to transform, you had to jump. You had to compress infinite awareness into a fragile form. And that leap was the most courageous act of all. The soul must trust with everything it is. Trust that the body will hold. Trust that the world will meet it. Trust that purpose will unfold even when memory is gone. It is called the leap of trust for a reason. And your breath sealed it. Quantum science now shows that every single being has a unique frequency. A personal signature as distinct as a fingerprint. When you took your first breath, your frequency was set. Your quantum signature began vibrating into the world. Invisible yet undeniable. No one else carries it. No one else will ever repeat it. You are singular. You are irreplaceable. You are marked by that frequency forever. Think of the story shared by a doctor in America. A newborn drew its very first breath, and in that instant, the atmosphere shifted. Nurses described the air thickening with a presence they could not explain. Some cried without knowing why. The doctor said it felt like a sacred ritual had taken place. That is the power of a first breath. That is the cosmic yes vibrating into matter. Can you begin to see your own breath that way? Not as something ordinary, but as a declaration. You are here. You committed. You chose. Every time you breathe now, you echo that first vow. Every inhale is a reminder that you agreed to live this life, no matter how difficult, no matter how confusing, no matter how heavy the veil of forgetting might feel. You are bound by that leap, and yet you are also liberated by it. Because once you recognize what that first breath means, you reclaim the power of your choice. You stop thinking of life as something forced upon you. You remember that you leapt into it willingly, that you dove headfirst into density because you trusted you could find your way through. And what courage that requires. Can you honor yourself for that? Can you stand in awe of the soul that is you, the one who chose to compress eternity into a human heartbeat? Look at yourself again, not as someone drifting, not as someone powerless, but as a being who took the greatest risk imaginable. You chose to forget. You chose to suffer. You chose to grow. You chose to awaken. And all of it was sealed in that very first breath. Take a moment. Breathe now. Feel the air move through you. This is not just survival. This is continuation of that vow. This is memory stirring beneath the surface of the veil. Every breath is sacred. Every breath is connection. Every breath is alignment with the universe that received your yes. If you understand this, if you feel the truth pressing against your chest as you breathe, then let it be known. Honor that first inhale. Honor the courage it represents. Let your own soul hear your acknowledgement. Because the more you remember, the more alive you become. The leap of trust is not only behind you, it is within you. It pulses with every breath you take. And here's the mystery. If that leap was so powerful, if that first breath carried such weight, why has humanity been kept blind to it? Why has this sacred knowledge been hidden from you? Why have you been told you are powerless when your very existence proves the opposite? Why has the truth of your conscious choice been erased from collective memory? What force would benefit from keeping you asleep to the vow you already made? And what changes when you finally reclaim it? Have you ever felt it? That sharp unease that the truth has been hidden from your eyes? That what you were taught, what you were shown, was never the full story? Why does that feeling come like a whisper, like a shadow just beyond your reach? Because deep down, you already know. Pieces are missing. Knowledge has been sealed away. But the question is why? Why would anyone want to blind you to your own nature? Why keep humanity in the dark? Control. When you do not know who you are easy to guide. When you forget your power, you obey without question. When truth is buried, illusions rule. Have you noticed how systems thrive when you remain uncertain, when you depend on their authority, when you doubt your own voice? That is not accident. That is design. Rupert Sheldrake once warned that mainstream science suppresses ideas that do not fit the accepted model, not because those ideas are false, but because they threaten structure of control. And this suppression is not new. It has been unfolding for centuries. Stories erased, manuscripts destroyed, voices silenced. And yet, truth cannot be killed. It waits, it watches, it always finds its way back. Imagine a journalist in America who uncovered evidence of information being manipulated, hidden, twisted to keep people blind to deeper realities. Instead of being celebrated, he was punished. His career ended. His voice stripped from the platform that once praised him. Why? Because truth shakes foundations. Because truth liberates. And liberation terrifies those who cling to power. But here is the secret. No system, no authority, no institution can bury forever what lives inside you. You carry memory in your very cells. You carry knowing in your very breath. That is why the unease never leaves. That is why you sometimes wake at night with questions burning in your mind. Because the truth has not disappeared. It is knocking. It is demanding to be remembered. So what will you do with that? Will you look away, choosing the comfort of illusion? Or will you dare to open your eyes, to see what was hidden, to claim what was always yours? This is not just about history. This is about you. Your soul agreed to enter a world of forgetting, but not to remain blind forever. You came to rediscover, to reclaim, to awaken. And now the question echoes louder than ever. What happens when you stop letting others define your reality? What happens when you start listening to that inner whisper that refuses to die? The stakes are higher than you think, because each moment you ignore it, you hand away your freedom. Each moment you dismiss it, you strengthen the chains. But each time you lean into it, you crack the system. You ignite remembrance. You call truth back into the light. Do you feel the urgency now? Can you sense the pulse in your chest, the knowing that has been waiting for this moment? This is not coincidence. This is alignment. The veils are thinning. The hidden is surfacing. And you are being asked to choose. Will you stay asleep, or will you awaken? If your heart is stirring as you hear this, then you already know your answer. Say it, claim it, because when you declare it, the universe hears. And when enough voices rise, no power can silence them. Comment now. Let the world know you are ready, because truth cannot remain in the shadows forever. It is breaking through. It is returning. It is demanding to be remembered. And the next step is yours. Do you want to know the key to unlocking the hidden memory of your soul? Have you ever wondered why certain dreams feel more real than waking life? Why sudden flashes of intuition strike you with undeniable certainty? What if those moments are not random at all, but fragments of remembrance calling you back to yourself? The truth is your memory was never destroyed. It was only veiled. And the veil can be lifted. How? Through practice. Through methods that open the doors of perception one by one. Meditation, dreams, intuition, nature, purpose. Each is a pathway. Each is a thread that leads you deeper into the fabric of who you are. Imagine sitting in silence, your breath steady, your mind calm. Studies from Harvard Medical School reveal that just 8 weeks of meditation can restructure the brain, enhancing memory and cognition. 8 weeks to rewire your inner landscape. 8 weeks to begin remembering. Can you sense the urgency of that? That remembrance is not far away. It is waiting at the edges of your awareness. Or think about your dreams. Those strange landscapes where time bends and faces from other lifetimes appear. What if your dreams are not illusions, but coded messages from your soul? What if they are the secret archive of all you once knew? And intuition, that sudden knowing that you cannot explain, but cannot deny. How many times have you felt it? That whisper that guided you, that saved you, that warned you. It was never imagination. It was memory surfacing. Even nature itself calls you back. When you walk beneath ancient trees, when you hear the rhythm of waves, when you look at the endless sky, something stirs inside you. Why? Because the natural world resonates with the eternal part of you. It is a mirror of your soul. And then there is purpose. When you step into your true mission, when your actions align with your deepest calling, your memory awakens like fire. Suddenly, the struggles make sense. Suddenly, the pain becomes part of the plan. This is not abstract. This is happening to real people. A veteran in America, once broken by PTSD, discovered meditation. In silence, he began to heal. And in that healing, he remembered. He remembered the meaning of his life beyond war, beyond trauma, beyond despair. And with that remembrance came strength, purpose, and peace. Do you feel the power in that? Do you realize it could be yours? The methods are here. The choice is yours. Will you step into meditation, allowing your mind to open like a book long forgotten? Will you pay attention to your dreams, treating them as maps instead of illusions? Will you trust your intuition instead of dismissing it? Will you return to nature not as a distraction, but as a teacher? Will you follow your purpose with courage, even when it terrifies you? The key is already in your hand, but the lock will not turn unless you use it. And here is the haunting question. What happens if you never try? What happens if you let these practices slip by, dismissing them as unimportant, while the memory of your soul waits endlessly for you to return? The cost of forgetting is heavy. It is confusion. It is despair. It is a life lived half awake. But the reward of remembrance is beyond measure. It is clarity. It is strength. It is freedom. And it is waiting now. Do you hear the call inside? Do you feel the pull of remembrance rising in your chest? Then do not wait. Begin today. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Open the door. And when you are ready, declare it. Because once you commit, the universe responds. If you are ready to practice, if you are ready to unlock the key within, write it now. Say it with conviction. Let your soul hear your voice. Because this is the moment. And the next step is yours. Have you ever felt your entire body shiver when a song played, as if every cell in you remembered something beyond words? Have you ever stepped into a place for the first time, yet felt an overwhelming sense of returning home? These moments are not accidents. They are glimpses of your personal memory code. Every soul carries one, a set of keys unique to you. They hide in music, in images, in scents, in sudden flashes of recognition. And when they are activated, you remember. Neuroscientists have discovered that music directly stimulates the hippocampus, the deepest memory center of the brain. That is why a single melody can pull forgotten decades back into the present. Imagine a soldier returning from war, broken by years of silence and pain. One night, he hears the lullaby his mother once sang to him. In an instant, the walls collapse. Tears stream down his face as his childhood floods back with perfect clarity. For him, it was not just a song. It was his code, his doorway to remembrance. What about you? What has triggered your code? Was it the scent of rain that reminded you of a life you cannot explain? Was it the painting that moved you so deeply you could not speak? Was it the stranger's face that felt more familiar than your own reflection? Do you understand now? These are not coincidences. They are awakenings. Each person has their own pattern, their own frequency, their own path back to the truth. The universe has planted clues all around you. And when you stumble upon them, your soul reacts instantly. Goosebumps, tears, laughter that feels ancient. A surge of recognition that you cannot rationalize. These are the signs. And here is the urgency. If you ignore them, if you dismiss them as tricks of the mind, the door closes again. The silence returns. The longing grows heavier. But if you listen, if you lean into that moment and embrace it, the memory unravels. Piece by piece, the story of who you are returns. Your code is your compass. It was designed to lead you home. But will you follow it? Will you allow the song, the dream, the vision to guide you? Or will you bury it under noise, distraction, and disbelief? The choice is always yours. Do not underestimate the power of this. Your code is not small. It is the link between the finite and the infinite, the physical and the eternal. It holds the map of your soul, and once unlocked, nothing in your life feels random again. Suddenly, the struggles connect. The wounds reveal their purpose. The people who enter your life are seen not as accidents, but as planned intersections. And all of it flows from the moment you honor your code. This is your reminder. You have already felt it. You have already brushed against the edges of remembrance. That shiver, that tear, that aching joy you could not explain. That was your code speaking. Do not ignore it this time. Do not silence it. Let it lead you. And if you have lived one of these moments, if you have felt your soul awaken at a song, a scent, a place, then share it. Tell your story. Declare it. Because in speaking it, you strengthen it. You affirm to yourself and to the universe that you are ready to remember. If you have ever experienced this, if you have ever felt the undeniable surge of recognition, then this is your moment to acknowledge it. Share your experience now and realize you hold within you the key. The code is waiting, and it has always been yours. Are you ready to finally see the truth? Are you ready to accept that you were never a victim, but always the architect of your own life? This is the turning point. The moment where everything you thought was fate is revealed as choice. You chose your parents. You chose your body. You chose your struggles. You chose your mission. Nothing has ever been random. This is the era of the great remembering. And you are here because your soul demanded it. Think of this. For centuries, humanity has lived in forgetfulness, trapped in the illusion that life is happening to them, powerless against destiny. But now, the veil lifts. The truth emerges, and you stand at the edge of a revelation that can change everything. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." What if this is the moment you stop calling it fate and start calling a choice. What if every wound you carry, every disappointment, every heartbreak was never meant to break you, but to awaken you? Can you see it now? The pain was the seed. The struggle was the fire. The confusion was the test. And behind it all, you were the one holding the pen, writing the story from the very beginning. Look around you. The world is stirring. All over the planet, people are awakening. In America, a group of young men and women once lost in poverty and violence began practicing collective meditation. Slowly, their broken neighborhood transformed. The gray walls turned into murals of light. The abandoned streets became places of music and art, and the same people once considered victims became creators of hope. Do you feel what that means for you? You are not trapped. You are not powerless. You are not small. You are the architect. Every choice you make, every thought you hold, every word you speak builds your world. Right now, you can step out of the prison of forgetting. Right now, you can claim your design. But will you? Will you stand with those who awaken? Will you declare that you are ready to remember? Because this is not just about you. This is about all of us. When you awaken, you ripple into the field of humanity. When you step into your truth, you give others permission to do the same. That is how movements are born. That is how eras shift. That is how the great remembering spreads. So I ask you, are you ready to rise into who you really are? If your heart is burning with recognition, let it be known. Write it below. Say the words, I am the architect. Declare it to yourself, to others, to the universe. Let your voice echo. Let your presence be felt. Like this video as a seal of commitment. Share it, because someone else is waiting for this message to awaken their soul. Comment, because your words may be the spark that ignites another. And if you are ready to walk further, to dive deeper into the mysteries that brought you here, then stay connected. This is not the end. This is the threshold. And beyond it lies even greater revelation. Remember, this moment is not coincidence. You chose to hear this. You chose to awaken now. You chose this exact time in history to rise. And there is a reason. There is always a reason. The only question left is, will you embrace it? Will you step into the role you wrote for yourself before your first breath? Or will you let forgetting claim you once again? The choice has always been yours. This is your awakening. This is your remembering. This is your power. And now, the final question remains. Do you want to know why you chose this era, this turbulent age, this exact time to be born?